We are learning about just how much of an impact federal budget cuts are being felt right here in Hampton Roads. The Trump administration says it is, in their words, reining in out of control spending, and we are continuing to hear from local groups feeling the impact.
We're going to lose $1 million. It's going to equate to a 500,000 pounds of food, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to replace that food right now. It's going to create a hardship. We're going to have to make things stretch that much farther and try and identify how we're going to backfill that.
USDA announcing funding for 2 programs being cut. The agency says they were from the pandemic era and no longer meet their goals. Liz Reisner, the executive director of the food bank at the Albemarle in northeastern North Carolina, says the money was being used in a local partnership with farmers to provide fresh fruits and vegetables. Earlier this week, the food bank of southeastern Virginia and the Eastern Shore told News 3 they were preparing to lose out on about $300,000. And the Virginia Peninsula Food Bank tells News 3 it expects to lose about $150,000 of funding. One of the programs also facing cuts has been used to fund meals for students at school. It is not clear what the local impact on that will be, but there are worries that could lead to kids eating more processed foods and fewer fresh lunches.
Right now, let's take a live look in Washington, D.C., where President Donald Trump is threatening to ramp up the escalating trade war.
Yeah, this comes after Canada and Europe have announced new taxes in response to the U.S.'s 25% tariff on steel and aluminum imports from Canada. They're now in effect on nearly $30 billion worth of steel, computers, and sports equipment.
And in the European Union, blamed tariffs on about $28 billion worth of American goods like bourbon, motorbikes, and blue jeans.
We will not back down, and we will not give in.
We're going to be doing reciprocal tariffs, so whatever they charge us, we're charging them.
The relations come as Secretary of State Marco Rubio meets with G7 leaders in Canada today. Canadian officials are set to meet with the U.S. Commerce Secretary in Washington to wind down the trade war.
Overseas on Russia's war in Ukraine, Moscow says it is waiting on details of a possible U.S. brokered 30-day ceasefire. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy says it could create conditions to end the now 3-year-long war.
Meanwhile, Trump's Environmental Protection Agency plans to reconsider its landmark 2009 finding that greenhouse gases are a danger to public health. The EPA administrator is also pushing to roll back dozens of regulations, including rules over industrial and vehicle emissions.
Just yesterday, when asked about the mass federal firings, including many this week at the Department of Education, the president said he feels bad for some of the employees before doubling down on his claim that people were not showing up to work. Trump has vowed to send education funding back to the states.